Hey everyone, Cash here, back with another video from Madden 16. Today we continue our Raiders franchise. We are at the beginning of Season 2. This is the second part of the preseason, Week 3 and 4 coming at you. We're going to make our first cuts today in the preseason in Week 3. We have to cut 3 players, and taking a look at some of the position battles going on. Roy Halou is a guy that stands out for halfback. Are we going to be able to keep him on the roster? Wide receiver, we have Keyshawn Martin, Jocelyn Fitzgerald, the rookie, Seth Roberts, and Andre DeBow. Probably only 2 of those 4 guys are going to be making it, so we got to see what happens there. At center, we did sign Ryan Cook in the offseason, but we were able to draft Shipley there. So does Cook become not necessary? And then at D-tackle, there's a couple of lower mid-60 rated players that we're probably going to have to cut one of those 2. And then at corner, there's a few guys there at the bottom, McDonald and James. We got to decide which one of those we're going to get rid of. And then we signed Walter Thurman. He's been playing pretty well, so he's battling with Larry Asante for the final safety spot. So as we begin Week 3 here, we have 3 cuts to make at the end of this game, and then we'll have 6, I believe, after our Week 4 matchup. So a lot of football to be played and a lot of important battles. We'll definitely give those guys the opportunities to showcase their abilities. But as we get into this one, the Ravens with the ball first. It's going to be forced set off the right side. Going to get out to the 46. The Ravens now, as we're actually into the second quarter already, not a lot going on in the first quarter. Lorenzo Taliaferro going to take this carry, and he's going to be down inside the 20, actually at the 20. Now 3rd and 4 from the 14. Can this defense come up big? And yes, they can. Crockett Gilmore going to catch that one, but he's down at the 13. Not enough for the first, so out for the field goal. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good. So the Ravens are the first one on the board. As we did in the last episode, these 2 games will just be pretty basic highlights as we kind of just try to get through these as we can finish out this preseason and get to the regular season. But here, Robert Griffin going to step up and find his tight end. Now we're going a little no huddle here. Last 2 minutes of the first half. 1st and 10, play action. RG3 going deep. He's got somebody across the middle, and it's going to be Latavius Murray. An odd substitution there. Murray ends up in the slot, and he's going to come up big as he catches that touchdown. So the Raiders take a 7-3 lead. Now 1 minute to go in this first half. Tyler Bray is the quarterback for the Ravens. He's going to find Crockett Gilmore for a catch down to the 40. Ravens call a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. As shotgun here, Bray going to throw once again, looking downfield. He's going to throw, and he's going to have a receiver, and somehow he stays in bounds. Brandon, I believe that is a rookie, gets hit as he catches it, and I guess we held him in bounds, and then he just shook off the tackle and ran it in. So Ravens lead 10-7. We now move ahead. Last minute of the third quarter here as Hangerson going to catch that one, makes it out to the 35. But now the Ravens and Tyler Bray facing a 3rd and 7 here from the 37 as we begin the fourth quarter. Bray going to throw, finds Crockett Gilmore. We've been saying his name quite a bit today. He's having himself quite a game. But another 3rd down here, under 5 minutes to go now. Bray looking, play action, has some pressure, going to try and get away from it, cannot, going to throw it away, and we will get the ball back here. Can RG3 lead us to victory now? 3:39 in the game, 3rd and 10 here, empty backfield. Griffin looking, has someone across the middle. It's going to be Keyshawn Martin as he makes the catch. That's a guy fighting for a spot on the team here. Now 2nd and 4 as we roll under 3 minutes to go. The pass from RG3 and a little bit of miscommunication there as he throws behind his cutting receiver. Now 3rd and 4, and we are going to get taken down, but a flag on the play and a free life there for us as it's a face mask penalty on the defense. And we get an extra set of downs here. So now 1st and 10 from the 35. Can we take advantage of the extra time here? Jocelyn Fitzgerald going to catch that one as he picks up the first down. Now 1st and 10 from the 25. Ellis in the backfield next to Griffin. And Griffin throwing, going to go to his tight end Smith, and he's going to catch it, and he's down inside the 5 at the 3. RG3 approaching 200 yards passing. As this the final play before the 2-minute warning. Just going to get it off, and Ellis is easily going to walk into the end zone untouched for the touchdown. The rookie, I believe his first touchdown in his career, has been playing very well this preseason. As 1st and 10, last chance for the Ravens. Bray going deep, but it's going to be intercepted. Bakari Rambo playing strong safety, going to pick this one off, and that will do it for this game. We are going to win 14-10. What a performance from this team as we move to 3-0 on the preseason. And now we'll move on to some cuts. 3 cuts to be made. These are going to be pretty easy ones to make. The first one is going to be at kicker. John Potter was somebody that I signed in the preseason just to provide some depth, but he never made a kick, so he's going to go. The next cut is going to be at wide receiver. Andre DeBow is more of a return specialist. Tywan Jones has emerged as a great returner, so we don't need DeBow anymore. And then the final cut, maybe not necessarily an easy one, but Larry Asante, we're going to get rid of him. Bakari Rambo has been playing very well, and then Walter Thurmond actually is a pretty good player at strong safety and free safety, so Asante going to be the odd man out. So you see, we do have 6 cuts to make in week 4, but first we have got to play our final game of the preseason against the New York Football Giants. So we start this one first quarter, 2nd and 4, the pitch to Roy Halou, and he's going to pick up the first down. In this game, I'm going to give some of those guys battling for their positions a little more playing time, or a lot more playing time, as I started Roy Halou in this game just to see one final look at what he has to offer, whether he is going to make this team. But we're driving here. Derek Carr having the best drive of the preseason until he gets sacked here on 2nd and 2. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 10 play here. 1:43 to go in the first quarter from the 20. Carr shotgun with Rivera and Murray in the backfield. Play action here. Carr looking and is going to go to the end zone, but that one wasn't going to be probably completed, even if it was on target. But still, the accuracy issues for Carr remain as 1st and 10. Giants with the ball. Johnny with the carry, going to get hit. A fumble forced. It's going to be caught out of the air by Curtis Lofton, and he's going to get into the end zone. What an unbelievable play. Irvin with the forced fumble. Lofton, the smart, quick hands to catch that one out of the air and into the end zone. So it's a 10-0 game as that pass is going to be completed to end that first quarter. As RG3 now in the game here, 3rd and goal. The pass going to go to Smith, but not going to be enough for the first down, so we are going to have to settle for the field goal. 13-0 your score now, as we are at the 2-minute warning here. The Giants looking for something positive to go into the half. Ryan Nassib, the quarterback here, and the accuracy issues for him as well, as that one off the mark. So 3rd and 10 from the 48. The Giants need something here, as this one going to be play action, looking downfield, hit as he throws. It's going to be completed to Lewis, and he's going to be taken down short of the first, so out for the very, very long field goal. And this one nowhere close to being good. Doesn't even hit the net there, as we will take over last couple minutes of this first half. Can we get another score here? Griffin looking, and he's going to throw off 1 foot to Clive Walford, the 2nd-year tight end, as he is going to pick up a huge first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 29. Griffin back once again. A nice throw, and again is going to complete that one to Fitzgerald, but an injury on the play. Fitzgerald is down. We'll get an update on him in a little bit, as it's now 2nd and 14. Griffin going to throw once again, going to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete, but a flag. It's going to be pass interference, and then the bad news, Fitzgerald has broken his collarbone, and that's going to be a long-term injury. We'll have to see after the game how long he's going to be out, but we now have it 1st and goal, and Ellis looking for another touchdown, and he's going to get it, as Darren Ellis has been awesome in this preseason, the 2nd-round pick in this past year's draft. Now 3rd and 10 for the Giants. Last half minute of the first half. Nassib going deep, and this one's going to be intercepted. DJ Hayden, he's been having himself a very good preseason, as that will seal the 20-0 lead going into halftime. We're now in the 3rd quarter here, 3rd and 5. Griffin going backwards off his back foot, and Walford with the one-handed catch. What a reception there from the tight end, as we now have it at the 34, 3rd and 9 for RG3. 4 wide receivers in the game, and he's going to go across the middle of the field. Keyshawn Martin with the catches. He'll pick up the first down. As the Raiders in business here again, looking for another score. Griffin has someone across the middle of the field. He's going to throw it, and he's going to complete it. Bryce Butler with the catch, and what a throw from Robert Griffin III. I've been very impressed with him in this preseason. Had a great game 1, struggled a little bit in game 2, didn't really do anything special in our 3rd game, but here in week 4, he is doing some absolute work here. And now we have a 27-0 lead, but the Giants looking to finally get on the board, and they will here, as Lewis is going to catch this one, the backup tight end, I do believe. So now out for the onside kick, still down 20, 4:21 to go. This one is going to bounce off of somebody's hands, somebody else's hands, and it's going to be recovered by the Giants. So the Giants looking to make a comeback here, as we have 3:41 in the game to go from the 40. This pass going to be complete to Jennings, the running back there, as he was lined up at wide receiver, I do believe. Now 3rd and 10 from the 13. Nassib under center, going to hand it off there to Williams, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down. So 4th and 2 here. Can we get a stop? As I formation, looks like they're going to be running it here. Nassib the handoff to Vereen, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down, and that is going to do it. The defense comes up huge, and that is a perfect way to end the preseason. We win 27-7. We're going to go 4-0 on the preseason as well. And before we get to our cuts, let's take a look at the injury. And Fitzgerald is going to be out 7 weeks, so that sucks really. It's 6 weeks overall, but he's played very well in the preseason, so we're going to be missing him for a time, and let's see if that changes anything as far as the cuts we make. But let's take a look at the stats in the preseason. RG3, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Carr didn't get a lot of work. Tebow only played 1 game. He got injured, so unfortunate with him. He still is out 1 more week, so we still also have to look what we're going to do with him in the preseason. Ellis goes for 143, 2 touchdowns. Latavius Murray didn't get a lot of work. We don't want him to get hurt. Roy Halou only had 4 carries for 19 yards. Fitzgerald, I said, 10 catches, 196. Great preseason for him, but obviously he is going to be out for a long while. But you see some of the other numbers here. Keyshawn Martin didn't have too bad of a preseason. Seth Roberts, not a bad one as well. And then on defense, Walter Thurman. This is a big reason that I decided to stick with him instead of Asante. He leads the team in tackles in the preseason. Tackles for loss, Malcolm Smith with 3, and Heaney and Mayoya with 2. Sacks, it's going to go to Bruce Irvin with 3. Then we have a few guys with 2 and a handful with 1. Interceptions, it's 2 by DJ Hayden, Bakari Rambo, Charles James, and Dexter McDonald. So that is how everyone performed in the preseason. Now to make the final cuts. 6 cuts is what we have to make. We're going to start here at center, and I think Shipley did enough to beat out Cook, so we're going to cut Ryan Cook. Sorry, you haven't been with the team very long. We signed him in the offseason, but now he's going to be cut in the preseason. For D-tackle, I'm going to end up keeping Ellis, as he is a little younger and a little higher rated than McGee. Neither player are going to play that much, so doesn't really matter as far as depth, but Ellis a little bit higher upside. For quarterback, it really comes down to Charles James II and Dexter McDonald. And in this situation, McDonald is younger and a little bit taller, but James has a little bit, well, a pretty significant higher overall, and he did come up with the interception. McDonald did have one as well, but just feeling Charles James in this situation, so we're going to release Dexter McDonald. And then next up is going to be halfback, and I am going to end up cutting Roy Halou. He is a 73 overall, but you see we have Ellis and Murray now. Halou probably not going to get a lot of opportunities, especially, well, specifically not even in 3rd down situations, because Ellis and Murray can fill that position easily. So Roy Halou is going to be gone. And then wide receiver, we have Seth Roberts and Keyshawn Martin here. Fitzgerald is hurt. The rookie, we're not going to cut him anyways. I'm going to end up cutting Keyshawn Martin. I loved Keyshawn Martin last year in our Lions franchise, but Seth Roberts is a guy that was on our team last year. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities to play in the regular season. He impressed me in the preseason, so we're going to give him a shot. And then our last cut is going to be Nira and Ball. And actually, these last 2 cuts, Martin and Ball, are ones, one of the 2 could come back, because once Tim Tebow is healthy again after he's done with his injury, I'm probably going to cut him because we don't need to carry 3 quarterbacks, and I might bring back one of those other 2 guys, or we'll see who else the rest of the teams in the league cut and maybe pick up another player from them after week 1. We'll have to see what happens, but either way, we have made it to regular season number 2 in this Raiders franchise, and we're going to start season number 2 in week 1 with a game on the road against the Saints. Very excited for this season. We've moved stadiums. We actually got to, I didn't mention that, but we were playing in our new stadium there in those last 2 weeks of the preseason. Completely forgot to mention that, but we're in a new stadium. We've made a lot of changes to this roster, some small, some pretty big and significant. We've got some rookies in there that are going to be playing very significant time. So excited to see where this season goes. Can we make the playoffs? We just missed out last year and outperformed expectations last year, so we'll see what we can do this coming year, but excited about it. Hope you are too. We'll get into week number 1 in the next episode, but that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I would really appreciate it, and subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.